This is not an easy business. You know, you've got everybody coming at you all the time with lots of different ideas, as well as all the behind stuff. Government support, I don't even know if there is any, to be honest. Hi, I'm Simon Kevan. I'm now the joint owner of the Crown Sceptre here in Kensington with my lovely girlfriend, Sonia Cordante. How we came to run this was essentially, Sonia ran it for a number of years and it went to liquidation in November because the wonderful guy who ran it before, Chris, he'd had it for a long time and he was probably wanting to retire, and Star, based on the relationship with Sonia, turned around and asked her if she'd like to take it on. So I was fortunate to be able to support Sonia with my sort of corporate strategic elements and combining that with her operational excellence. Here we are. So yeah, it's been a very long but exciting journey. I started going to the pub probably when I was 12, 13, when I was born in Northumberland, and I just always loved the pub. It was a place to really meet and get to know people, and sort of 30, 35 years that side of the bar to now be this side of the bar is a real privilege to work together with our stakeholders in the community and to bring people together. You know, this really is the place where people actually get to know each other from all walks of life. So it's not only the community, but also all of our stakeholders from our waste management, as I said, the paramedics, the police, the fire brigade, bringing it all together. And it's a real privilege to represent this wonderful institution. It's definitely changing. Cost of living crisis obviously is hitting people hard. Unfortunately, we're here in Kensington. Our costs are much more than everywhere else. We get charged more per barrel than any other borough in the entire country, but we try to keep it real. We have a very good priced, honest pint, all the way to very nice bottles of wines and some of the spirits that you can see here as well. We are really keen on making it inclusive in every single way, so long as people bring a positive mindset and everybody is having a good time. To work a venue like this, in this environment, you have to be definitely dynamic and flexible to the different needs. So in order to do that, we offer community events, we offer corporate events like team building activities, get-togethers. We're hosting a champagne reception for one of our lovely neighbours called Millie, who's just about to become a professor in growing artificial limbs. So we're having a lovely champagne reception for 100 people. We have a wake in here, we have a wedding in here, we have Christmas parties in here, as well as it's serving our local community, locals who have been coming here for maybe 20, 30 years, so long before I even moved into the area, and they've all been down to support us, and they've all helped to paint, they've all helped to guide us and to work with us, and for that we're very, very grateful. So a lot of people talk about this generational divide. We've got 5 different generations who are kind of in the workplace at the moment. And when I was 19 and I moved to Leeds, used to love going clubbing at some of my favourite clubs like Back to Basics, and I loved the electronic dance music. So I did go out clubbing, but I also went to the pubs as well. And I suppose they're both great. But one thing with a pub is you're able to have a decent conversation. You can actually really hear what's going on, and that was one of the most important things when we installed our music system. We've installed a state-of-the-art sound system along with the CDJ and Vinyl Technics, because we wanted it to be clear and crisp when it's low, so people can really hear that sound. But if we needed to be able to turn it up, we can. But I would certainly say to the younger generation, yeah, do not snub the pub. Definitely go clubbing and raving, but definitely come to your local pub and just have a chat. Sit down, have a chat, have a cup of tea, have a coffee, have a pint, and just get to know your local area. They're a great place to network and to meet and people for all types of reasons. I first learned about NDML at Michael Kill's event, who's the CEO of the Nighttime Association at the Hippodrome. It was the annual conference, and I met Michael there, or Mikey, and we connected, and it turns out that 3 months later we opened the Crown Sceptre, and Mikey has been absolutely wonderful at helping us get ourselves compliant and aligned and our assurance up and running. Well, for me, it was definitely the flexibility because of the changing nature of this building. It had been closed for 11 months in the heart of Kensington Olympia. So when a building of this size has been closed for so long, lots of things can start to rot. So we had to do a lot of compliance with our Heineken partners, who have been fantastic. And we were pretty much down to the wire after 3 or 4 months of lots of different people in here getting it ready. From the health and safety point of view, but also from the aesthetics as well. Mikey and the team were absolutely incredible at ticking all those boxes, going through the nuance and the detail with us to ensure that we're physically safe and psychologically safe environment. So I can't thank them enough. They managed to get us fully compliant and insured in time for our opening. So just to break that down a little bit in terms of how detailed they actually went, it included a site visit, it included us being on the phone a number of times, and to really walk through each and every aspect. And that included things like the flooding downstairs in our speakeasy, which we're going to be opening in a couple of months, which we're really looking forward to. The artwork on the walls, the holes in the floors, the disabled fire exit, the security, the CCTV, etc., etc. So every little nuance was broken down, it was talked through, so we were all absolutely clear and the expectations were managed and we were appropriately insured. This is a multi-purpose venue with a speakeasy, we have a bar, we have a restaurant in the back, we've got 5 hotel rooms upstairs, and myself and my girlfriend Sonia, we live on the top floor. So to be able to have all of that wrapped together in one full policy, easy to understand and fully compliant, was absolutely fantastic. Listen, I would absolutely highly recommend MDML. They've been fantastic at that swift turnaround, but as I said, really impressed with the attention to detail, which is one of the most important things, because when you end up with a claim and you haven't really thought through those things, then you can really be up shit creek. So I'm really, really grateful for them, and I highly recommend them every time. Running a pub in the heart of Kensington, our biggest fear, or our biggest priority, is physical safety before people start to enjoy themselves. So it's absolutely fantastic to make sure that all of those things are cross-referenced and we're completely safe, and it has helped us to focus our mind. Being very lucky to be supported by the local police, by the fire brigade, by the local council, by my friends in the paramedics as well, just to ensure that everything is absolutely, from the actual practical side, syncs up to the kind of the written side, because often translating it into reality is very, very different. So then bringing that into the training and bringing that to life within this venue has been absolutely instrumental in making us feel safe and happy to serve our customers. I think, as Charles Darwin said, it's not those who are the most intelligent, it's those most responsive to change. You just got to adapt to the different generational cohorts, you've got to adapt to the different socio-economic needs. We live here in an interesting ley line of Holland Park, lots of rich and famous celebrities. We have a social housing here, or HMOs, house of multiple occupancy, which I suppose this is what this is as well. We have obviously the Kensington Olympia there, and then Kensington and Chelsea just down the road. So it's not just about being flexible in terms of the using the venue, it is definitely going that extra mile to bring people together. It's cross-functional collaboration with other publicans in this area. We're very lucky to have other great publicans in this area who live on site, who are there every single day meeting and greeting their customers. And that cross-functional collaboration, the relationships that we build outwards into the community, is what makes this area absolutely brilliant. You know, we're lucky that we have Damien over at the Keep, we have the wonderful Scarsdale Tavern, the Mitre up the road, the Abingdon, Mike down the road at the Warwick. They're all, they're all people who really care about this industry, and they're living on site. So the pub is absolutely, I think, having a resurgence, especially the need. AI is coming up, and more people are online. People are thriving and looking to have more interpersonal connections face to face. It's definitely going through a bit of a change, but I see lots of people just continue to enjoy just as I did 30 years ago. We do see some younger crowd with the need for the non-alcoholic ranges, which is absolutely brilliant. The need just for those kind of coffee mornings, or the not necessarily drink-focused events, and that's absolutely great, and that's fine as well. I just think get out there, get out there and meet wonderful people that are out in your community, and one of the best places to do that is at your local pub. Communities are the backbone of society. This is where people meet. So what the flipping heck are the government trying to do when they're putting 20% tax on, or VAT, sorry, on the drinks here when the supermarkets are only at 2%? It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. This is where people meet. They do business, and this is where the subculture and the backbone of British society is formed within the nighttime economy. So the government definitely needs to act and to help these communities and these things move. One of the only positive things that I think I've heard them looking into doing is to perhaps remove some of the red tape to allow more outside drinking space. And they've also, I have heard that they've now changed the laws for the sound. So if new buildings are being put up, it's not on the venue itself to control the noise, it's actually on the buildings. Now I say that with a caveat. We obviously have a very great sound system, and we don't want to upset any stakeholders, but it is a very fine balancing act, because out of hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people who live in this area, it just takes one person to complain when everybody else is happy, and it would have been down to us to have to then curb everybody else's fun. So yeah, everybody needs to keep working together, and it's continuous collaboration, continuous communication, so everybody can move forward in the right direction. And a big thanks to Michael Kill in particular from the Nighttime Association. He's a formidable character who is really championing the way forward and raising all of these issues within the Nighttime Association. And anybody who doesn't know Michael, I would absolutely highly recommend that they follow him and they keep up to date with what he is championing at the moment. Any support is just supporting yourself, to have a strong mindset, to get up every day and to do it. And this is not an easy business. You've got everybody coming at you all the time with lots of different ideas, as well as all the behind stuff. Government support, I don't even know if there is any, to be honest. They just need to reduce the VAT and reduce the taxes, and to allow people to have fun. There's a cost of living crisis, and we do not want people inside. We know that directly correlates to mental health issues, which spins off into the national health. We have to bring people together. We have to get people talking. It's the absolute essence of life and relationships. This business, it ain't for the faint-hearted, and you've got to love people, because you're going to get every spectrum of people coming at you, especially when they're intoxicated, and it can be overwhelming at times, especially when you have a pub that everybody feels that they have a piece of it, or they have an ownership, which we love, but you have to be able to balance and spin a lot of different plates at the same time. But having said that, for anybody who does have that mindset and does love people, I would highly recommend that they go and investigate what it would take to become a publican. One of the great things of working with Michael Dawson and obviously our insurance brokers was, how do we cover ourselves for that those really interesting DJ nights, or those live music acts, which we're going to have lots going on with it within this organisation. Because when it does start to get busy, especially in a residential area, how do we really ensure that we're fully compliant? And we're super excited that we've worked with them, and also our music licensing partners, and obviously Heineken, to ensure that we're all up and running, and we have a fantastically exciting lineup that is coming and going to be announced in the next few weeks. So watch this space.